Yes, the name is Dr. Ren. Please kindly share the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's vibe together. It's about Ghana. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. David Sesenu, you're very handsome. Watching me live from the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, thank all of you. You know the name already, Dr. Ren D. Sexy D. Ren. Today's topic, and I know, sir, many of you, you already know the topic. But if you don't know the topic, Mamimbo Modiana making kind topic in Koma ye babedi. Topic ni Mahama on why LGBTQ plus bill is currently not Ghana's top priority. And Ghana's 173 billion US dollars iron ore plus nickel found in OT region. So baba bedisa and komowe, and I think it's a very, very important as citizens of Ghana. I have told you, say, as a Ghanaian citizen, you must be interested in the natural resources we have. And not just being interested in the natural resources we have, you must also start finding the natural resources, no? A kwan befa so a bit me add value to it. I benya home faso. What gold? Gold dear na yema or mine. What iron ore? A dear na iron ore a yema or mine. What bauxite? A dear na bauxite yema or mine. You've heard about a manganese. Dear kra na sa natural resource we etimi yebwa or mine. Unu see a drive car. Materials ben ye car. Car battery kra no yenye free materials be mu eye magnesium anase eye manganese anase eye lithium. Ufa eye car batteries no it is either see you use lithium or a friend is saying a manganese etimidiye eye car batteries. So we need to understand the natural resources we have in our country and the usages of the natural resources, how we can add value yenyina ebenya home faso. Now, the conversation here is very important. This is the reason why many of Ghanaian presidents are afraid to talk on a LGBTQ plus bill. It is very simple. Now, let me read to you what this particular president told me why, and that is the Senegalese president. And intimidate Senegalese president, to Mechia. Now look at the Senegalese president. Who is this young man? didn't fear saying. You read something about this Senegalese president, so you will understand. And common many obaba bedino. Maybe say you putting common into a year perspective. Senia ubenya a year the understanding pa. Now, Senegalese president a year Bisori a year Di Mayo a year Dikar a year Fai a bimukan a year Fai a bimukan Fay. Anyway, now ya won 1980 25th March. Otiasie, Senegalese president, he won in 1980, which means that he's only 46 years old. He celebrated his 46th birthday a year, a friend is saying some few days ago. A year Bosumiya Etremi, that's my birth month. I was born on 20th March. Now, Shabibi Weinso, maybe King Kai, the Senegalese president, and let me read it. Natiye. Or say Senegal president signs tough new anti-LGBT law, doubling jail terms. Now he says that Senegalese president Bassirou Diomaye Faye has signed a new law doubling to 10 years the maximum prison terms for sexual acts by same-sex couples. Now it goes on to say this. I said the new law also criminalizes the promotion of a year trumu a year platforms. Yes, sir. TikTok for Mamunim. You better strike me out. Which includes any public a year representation and financial support by individuals or organizations and provides 3 to 7 in 7 years in prison for those found guilty. Now, it goes on to say that the legislation was a campaign promise by the President Faye and Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko, and it was approved by Parliament last month. Eya Bosumia Etwemuno, Ana Eye Papaya Wadamechi, the Senegalese president, or share Bosse. Se Senegal for to abama no be president a be mane be meda obane obeda trumu obe make sure so obema emrane mu aye very tough, aye very harsh, ama obi bia ye be che ne se or sponsor be mane be ma aware ana trumudie ana obane oba enter free mu ono the campaign promise or promises Senegal for. Ye two abanso amano. Ye two abamano no. The Senegal president no. Anka se eye campaign promises. There be. Nembo no or the osie ayo. Why then making kind story way a BBC story na making kind. So you can read it. Membo mitrim na make can BB. I want you to understand conversation na menu me no babe having. Now, Otwa also say the legislation was a campaign promise of the President Faye and Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko and was approved by Parliament last month. Now, we'll see. UN Rights Chief Volker Turk has described it as deeply worrying, saying that the anti-LGBT legislation, in quote, flies in the face of sacrosanct human rights. Now listen to the word flies in a year sacrosanct. Now, ye kase bibi ye sacrosanta. The also person chene say an adjective word that describes something treated as holy, scared, or too important to be violated. So according to the United Nations, the United Nations, womu paying it say, LGBT laws na Senegal for a person. Dia etia emra. Na afenso etia something which is holy and holy. The word is sacrosanct. Ladies and gentlemen, Or twice to say the UN officials and rights group had urged the president not to sign into law, but the government dismissed the international criticism, arguing that the measure reflected the views of Senegal people. It was taken to parliament after a wave of arrest, over alleged same-sex relationship, which were already banned under Senegalese law. Now, in February, 12 men, including 2 public figures and a journalist, were arrested and charged with act against nature. This is the Senegalese law. The people say, trumu, oba tafri ase. Against a natural law. It was oma pass into a bill, the bill ne cop a friend is saying parliament no parliament jitum and a president and so assign amana ya mera say free neko ye chill so ye trumu 5 years no dey ma no ye the 10 years be ma say kwafia sekoda prison. This is a Senegal president. Now mamin twice we saying campaign groups. Human Rights Watch has recently noted a rise in hostility towards trumu people in Senegal, adding that MPs had twice in 2022 and 2024 unsuccessfully sought to raise jail terms and penalties against same-sex relationships. Now, the new law was passed by an overwhelming majority in the National Assembly on 11th March with 135 MPs voting in favor, none against, and 3 abstaining. They just say, miensa ntoaba no. And we biansu no a waka say abato no won to nyina to bi, but miensa pe and omo de oman ntoaba ni bi. Now, several other African countries have introduced tough new laws against LGBTQ plus community in recent years. In September last year, Burkina Faso Transitional Parliament approved a bill banning homosexual act, following its neighbor Mali in 2024. In 2023, Uganda voted in some of the world's harshest anti-homosexual legislation, meaning that people engaging in same-sex relationship can be sentenced to death in certain, a friend is saying, circumstances. Ghana is also planning to reintroduce an anti-homosexual bill that activists says threatens basic human right, safety, and freedom. Now, this young man, I salute you. I salute you, sir. I salute you. My respect for this young president is greater. In life, you must stand for something. This world is 2 things. You are either for or against. Nothing like neutral. And nothing. And for neutrality, you must belong. You are either for or you are either against. Those who pretend and hide under neutrality are people who are dangerous. He believes that in Senegal, his people don't support trumu, any oba. That is what Senegalese people believe in. And the president says, to hell with foreign international criticism. He will put his country first and respect what his people believe in. Oh, I love this man. I love a man who is bold and not timid and a coward. This man is bold and decisive. He is not like My president, John Dramani Mahama. Let me put his picture here. I hate people who are not bold. I distaste and not like people who are not bold. In opposition, President Mahama and the NDC shouted into the ears of Ghanaians that once the bill comes to Parliament and Parliament brings the bill in front of him, pass the bill, and gets onto his table, he will sign the bill into law. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the president is saying that the Trumu is not his top priority. Oh yes, it may not be the top priority. But because Trumu is the priority of many Christians, say yan passing law no, you use the Trumu and you campaigned, and Christians, Muslims, Ghanaians, well-meaning, who frown on Trumu went out to vote for you, president. So today, if you tell them it's not your top priority, then I'm sorry, Mr. President. It's either you are not being honest and truthful to the people who voted for you, who went out to vote because of the Trumu. Now listen to this wisdom. Why are you afraid? You have the numbers in Parliament. Why is the bill not presented for parliamentarians to debate on it and approve it so that you can also assent your signature and make the bill a law? You have the numbers, almost 190 MPs in Parliament. That is not a joke. Ghana is a Christian country or a Muslim country or whatever religion. That one I don't want to even go into deeper, because I've seen somebody writing Senegal is a Muslim country, Ghana is not, and so what? And so the law, and so they should not, and so we should accept Trumu. Is that your thinking? Is that your mindset? That is not what John Mahama told us. He told us that once he becomes president and the bill comes in front of him, he will sign. What is delaying the bill? What is delaying the bill? This is sycophants. These are the people who are the reason why Ghanaians don't respect politicians. That is why I respect the Senegalese president. He campaigned on Trumu. He campaigned on Trumu. And when he came, he has made the law more tougher. You respect a man whose words, whose actions, and whose deeds are in tandem. Why are we afraid to pass the bill and make it a law? Why is JDM afraid? The foolish supporters of JDM, some of them will support John Mahama. Some of them will not like what I am saying. But those fools, I will not give audience to. We are building a nation based on morals, based on ethics. And so what we don't believe in, we must not force our people. I believe that JM should not fail Ghanaians. he should urge the parliamentarians to send the bill to parliament, and they should pass the bill as soon as possible, and he should assent his signature onto the Trumu bill and make it a crime. Because I think that there's one guy watching me, his name is Richard Sapati. I think he's one of the members of Trumudiefo, so he's not happy with what I am saying. But John Mahama Tiemia, Onya Nintem, not on urge the parliamentarians to debate the bill. Na yem pass a bill, no. Na on sign intem. We must not be afraid of any international body. We must not be afraid of any international countries. We are too timid when it comes to Europeans and Americans. We must be bold. We don't need them. But due to inferiority complexes of our leaders, due to low self-esteem of our leaders, due to leaders who are not thinkers, they are always afraid of Europeans and Americans. Because they are lazy leaders who cannot think and reason to take us out of poverty. They don't want to think about solutions to solve the problems facing us. So they are always afraid to take the tough decisions. America don't care about Ghana. Ghanaians did not advise Donald Trump to go and bomb Iran. He did it. The question is Ghana not part of the United Nations? Why did we not stop him? Because he has no respect for our words. I remember when they handpicked Maduro from Venezuela, and Ghana's foreign affairs minister told American president that the American president should return Maduro to his country. Till date, I'm yet to see whether Donald Trump has respected the words of Okujeto Ablakwa. We must not be afraid to stand for truth. We must not be afraid that if we sign this bill, Americans will not like us. No, they will respect us, because they will know that we chose a path that is best for our people. The anti-akwesi bronino ombuni patuntum is because we always go with their flow. We always, excuse my French, eat anything that they feed us with. We don't know how to say no. For once, let's say no. I am not against El Trumu 4. It is what they choose to do. But I will support my nation if majority of people frowns on Trumu and wants to make it criminal. I will support it. Because after all, if you come to United Kingdom, one man cannot marry more than 2 wives. It is a crime. So if polygamy is a crime in Europe and many other countries, why are they forcing us to accept Trumudie? Why are they forcing Africans to adhere to? Is that what matters to them? Not helping us solve our poverty issues, not helping us come out of poverty. Is that what the Akwesi Broni wants? that we should be chopping our nyash. That is why I cover my nyash with the blood of Jesus. Greetings to everyone watching me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Almost 200 people watching me on YouTube. Please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's build a family together. I speak truth. That's why they call me Papa Ghana. I know what I'm saying. Many NDC people will not be happy. But I don't care whether you are happy or not. I speak the truth, and the truth sets me free. I'm not here looking for your friendship. I've got a lot of family, huge. If you are my brother, fine. Be a nyash covered, completed, simple. Ghanaians will cover their nyash in the name of Jesus. Say amen. Why should we be thinking about Trumudie? Why not build technologies that will help us come out of poverty? Our leaders are cowards. They are afraid. They are not thinkers who can think and add value to the natural resources to take us out of poverty. So they are always afraid. So when you ask them a simple question, they would dance around the question. Oh, John Dramani Mahama. And yet he goes about building churches for assemblies of God. He is a Christian. Oh, yes. I like his faith. I like the way he goes to church. But Mr. Man, let your actions speak louder than your words. Be bold for once. Like the way you were able to present the reparatory, statement at the United Nations and fighting for reparation. That is brilliant. But stand for the truth. Be bold, Mr. President. Be decisive. I know you are an undecisive person. You wrote it in your book, My First Coup d'etat. But this one, Mr. President, Ghana and God will bless you. And the land of our ancestors will bless you. If you can look into the face of America and United Nations and says, yes, we don't support Trumudie. You know something? I know one former finance minister under Atta Mills and John Mahama, whose son was one of ardent Trumudie. Yes. And I also know some MPP people, MPP MPs, who even some way, somehow, his name came into the news when he tried to chop some journalist Trumu. Yes, they wanted him to even become a very prominent man during the campaign. MPP picked that person. Yes. And let me be honest with you. We must be bold and say to the white man, we are not going to support Trumudie. We don't care whoever you are. Let me tell you, I'm not somebody that sometimes when I see the people who come on internet, look, me, I'm not. One born, one die. You think I am afraid? You are just joking. Me, I'm for Ghana. Me, I've gone hard on many people, and I still meet MPP and NTC. In fact, the former vice president is in town. I've been invited to meet Baumia. I declined. Taking photos with people. We've gone past the stage of taking photos with president and vice president and their wives and their co-menini. What we want is Ghana to be built, period. And we will speak truth to them. You are being fed by politicians, so you are afraid to talk. Me, my own big brother, a politician from my village. Even if he misbehave, I'll speak my mind. You know, in Ghana, everybody is a brother. This young man has been bold to say no to America. This is the young man. Look at him. 46-year-old man. And John Mahama is afraid to say no. I will not allow my people to chop their throne. But this young man, look how handsome he is. He's a bold young man. He is decisive. He's not going round about the question. He answers it bang. If you want respect from Akwesi Broni, be straightforward with your answers. They respect you. Let them take their money. After all, Cuba, they did not build Cuba with trumu money. Listen to me. Many of you are so afraid. Look, say John Mahama came. Do you know that America, they stopped cutting certain aids? Yes, certain health aids that they used to give Ghanaians, they canceled it. About $120-something million every year that they give to us to support our health ministry. Yehuana, we are not dead. We've been able to find other means and ways to what? Finance those sectors. So why must we be afraid? Why must we be afraid to say no? Trumu no yen support it. It should be easy. Yeah, the reparatory a friend is saying, as some call UN. America for someone support here. Britain ni Europe ni someone support here. So why should we feel that we must always do what they want us to do? This is stupidity. This is foolishness. They don't want to support us. Do we cry? Do we scream? Do we shout? So how come when we also want to build our own country, not on the foundation of Trumudie, not on the foundation of teaching our children these stupid things? It's a taboo in Ghana. They believe it's not a taboo. Likewise, they believe that polygamy is a taboo in UK. Yes, polygamy is a taboo. In Ghana, polygamy is not a taboo. We are Bema now worry me to prison in UK. I'm telling you, you are not allowed to marry 2 wives here in the United Kingdom. It doesn't matter your religion. So if they don't respect us and they have their laws well defined for us to follow, why can't we also define our laws for people to follow? Let me tell you something. If you guys don't know, this whole Trumudie thing is an agenda to separate the black man. And this is where it leads me to my next conversation. That Sam George should not be a coward. Sam George in opposition was shouting and screaming. He should not be a coward. He should come out and say, Mr. President, I supported you because you said that you will ensure that we will bring the bill into Parliament. As a parliamentarian, I have done my best. The bill must come. Let's debate and let's make sure we pass the bill. And you also make sure you play your part. Because this young man campaigned with Trumu. And when he got the chance, they passed the bill at parliament, and one was signed as a president. This is what we say. When the say he's a man of good character, his words, his actions, his deeds are in tandem. Okasa wayo, wasia wayo. Onye hypocrite. We must be bold like that. You cannot go about preaching you are a Christian, building churches, and you want us to support this. Now let me read something very profound to you. Many of you who lives in the United Kingdom or in America, maybe perhaps you don't know, but I'm going to read something to you. I've not done this before. I think I've done it before, but they're not on this particular page. Now, write this. Alice Bailey. Write Alice Bailey. If you are watching me, just write it down. If you live in the United Kingdom and you are a family, you have a husband, you have wives, you have children, read this and you understand the reason why. Let me open your eye to something. Alice Bailey. This is what he said. She said. Sorry. And according to Alice Bailey, it's very, very simple what she wrote to the world. And I'm going to read the 10 commandments of Alice Bailey to every person watching me today. I must. Yes. Now, number 1, according to Alice Bailey, the 10 commandments of Alice Bailey, take God and prayer out of the education system. If you live in the UK, what do you see? If you live in Europe, what do you see? If you live in America, what do you see? Number 2, she says, reduce parental authority over children. Number 3, according to Alice Bailey, she says, destroy the Judeo-Christian family structure or the traditional Christian family structure or the African belief structure that promote against Trumu. Now I goes on to number 4. After saying this, she says that if sex is free, then make abortion legal and make it easy. Number 5, she says that make divorce easy and legal to free people from concept of marriage for life. Now, in the olden days, divorce was not allowed. Marriage was instituted through the only church on earth. All other churches are branches from that church. And that church is called Roman Catholic. Out of Roman Catholic came all other churches. And in the olden days, the Romans never believed in divorce. Alice Bailey is saying that we should make divorce easy and legal to free people from concept of marriage for life. Now, number 6, listen here, and it's the topic I'm treating today. Alice Bailey says that make homosexuality an alternative lifestyle. Make homosexuality an alternative lifestyle. Again, I don't hate people who are homosexuals. Never, is their choice. It's accepted here in the UK. The laws permit it. So I cannot go otherwise. But in Ghana, Emrano, and come see, you see a pass a bill, no. And it won't come on a media. Or see, make homosexuality an alternative lifestyle. Teach the children that it's okay from their young age that a man and a man, a woman and a woman, What do you see in Europe and America? Maybe some. Now, or see, debase art and make it run mad. One day I'll come and teach you this meaning and what it's doing in this world. Now, or see, 8. Or see, use the media to promote and change mindset, especially homosexual life, homosexuality lifestyle. Use the media to promote and change mindset. Number 9, create an interface movement. Ebe sorry etia Christosom. Ebe sorry etia Inkramosum. Ebe sorry etia Africa for soon me pese me kan obrof, but ebe sorry etia te say bia yegu nsan na nanom Africa for yegu nsan no. Oye no say get government. Tie very dangerous. Or say get governments to make all these law and get the church to endorse these changes. What you say no kind? 10 commandments now me kaima winning na. Maami a your friend Alice Bailey say. Sanya ma wakeka ni nyina no. Ya ma aban bia wo wiase. Engine tum. Ni ama Kristo asore no. Enyen sachiraye. No munsu engine tum. So you see what I'm telling you. One thing is very simple. If we don't find solutions to solve our own problems, this is what will happen to us. We will accept foreign norms and culture that is against our own norms and our culture. We will accept certain things that will come, that will be alien to us. And it's very, very important we take note of this. Yansha nonso. Ehia pa. Enya yan. Yan titi yani yan chire se bema ni bema enda. I was telling somebody the other day. So, sa cathedral no ananado ka senko obesi no. Sa cathedral no. Senko mu si ya. Nke beji bema ni bema aware atum wo. Ni agi oba ni oba aware atum wo. Oh yes. Enunti enu owura David Ajayi. Ye mano akwenya as the architect. Was sa eye asori no a cathedral no a ekufu ado ye se obesi no. David Ajayi no ye bema warefo and wo jai one na yiri jai ana ena de wo se wo do bema Bema ho ye na kono. That is his choice because a corona watimino, they accept it. And he's friends to the Ekufu Ados. JB Dankwa ne ba ano wo kroma. No ono nso ye bema ne bema bi. Eyade a UK fo age atum nti no eno no enkuntia no. But wo man Ghana. Bibisa wo. Yenso yenjintum. I don't think say we should yenjintum. Abi adia emwa wo man ne ma wo man ntumpon na ye wo man na chiwade na de musuo bebre wo man no de yenjintum because UK for NG polygamy ntum because mususu say e wo ma chiwade ti danti na ye de omo hye yen say yenji bema ne bema edie ntum mebusa Ghana Christopher sorry no man kanchira President John Mahama say you campaigned against Trumudie, you campaigned and time has come. You are the president. Don't tell us it's not your priority. It should be a priority for the nation to decide. The president of Senegal has decided for his people. John Mahama must decide for the nation Ghana. Because any say John Mahama per se, ye di bill be konye pass na ebe boano a obehye cabinet ama cabinet for ashe omo parliamentarians for ama omo de asem no akọ parliament akọ pass bill. So the president should not be a hypocrite when it comes to trumutrum obani oba lesbobo. He should not be a hypocrite. He should show that he's a true Christian whose belief and faith does not support it. And ladies and gentlemen, I have read to you Alice Bailey. Have time and research. There are some that really don't go into details. I've got the details of Alice Bailey. In fact, Alice Bailey asema making oye maami bia no wati UK kurom ha ahane ye wo no na enam ne saa ne nchoro we no e mane free kurom ha e mane ye den e kotena United States of America because emra wo choro ye no na kuro no mpanyimfo omuti kuro no ma no mo ye Christopher e kotia aye na ono ena ye the original ye a friend is saying book yato din Lucifer. Lucifer. Ladies and gentlemen, yebeka no kore. Ghanaians should not support Trumu. The facilities in Ghana, any the aircosu or my Ghana, our problems are many. Trumudia should not be something we must support. We must do everything to object to Trumu. This is the conversation with President John Mahama eti. A free man. Because minim say, omu bi behwe video. A man for be kate. A spread video no. Enkonkoto nenim. Say Ghana phone rim fee say he campaigned against Trumu in opposition. And he said clearly that if voted into power, obehwe me ye eye Trumu bill no akọ parliament. Obehwe ma parliament a pass bill no na ebeto nanim nso a obehwe no wa sign bill no ama na ye criminal against Trumu die. President, we are president ne. Let's know. Let's see. Se uka we yo, we sia we yo. Na we yo sia de yo. Ne mbo udimpa. Na echire bi no. Chiri mameka se ye ya president bi a oba ya once so de Europe for once so the America for epeso na mmom no o put Ghana first, o put your moralities first, o put the ethics of the nation first, and o put the faith base of our society first. Now of fighting against something which is a taboo to the Ghanaian culture. President John Mahama should show say he is bold and decisive, just like the way I hear the president of Senegal I show the whole world that he is not just a timid and a coward leader. to kowtow to the nonsense of the European leaders. They want us always to support their bidding, but they don't want to support what we believe in. And in life, you should not even consider people as such as friends. Always they care about themselves, but they don't care about you. This conversation, Ekoma President John Mahama. Ebiem, epesi etie saa enkomo we. Enkomo a edama koma so pa. And I think say it will also, add to enkomo no aye di ne dada. I have told you that my show is a solution show. Anytime I'm able I look a year, I bring you some solutions able to solve the problems facing our nation, Ghana. And one of the conversation, me say, me Bobby Bima wutie na me wia metoa enkomo no so. Enie adia me pese wutie no to bo asnetie.
For centuries, Ghana has been celebrated as the Gold Coast, but the nation's true treasure may only now be coming to light. With a $173 billion iron ore discovery and a newly confirmed nickel deposit, both in the Odi region, Ghana is suddenly being whispered about in global boardrooms as the new big thing. The figures are staggering. 1.7 billion tons of iron ore worth approximately $173 billion at today's prices discovered in the Oti region. Commercial-grade nickel confirmed in the very same Oti region, a mineral critical for batteries and the clean energy revolution. Add to that Ghana's proven reserves of gold, bauxite, manganese, lithium, and oil, and the country begins to look less like a developing economy and more like a resource empire waiting to explode. This isn't just a story of minerals in the ground, it's the story of timing. The world is in a race for resources. Iron for steel, nickel for EV batteries, lithium for energy storage, and suddenly, Ghana sits at the center of the conversation, poised to play a decisive role in the global energy transition. Economists are calling Ghana a potential game changer in global supply chains, capable of reducing dependence on Asia and reshaping the mineral map of the 21st century. But here's the twist. Ghana has a choice. Will it simply export raw minerals at bargain prices, repeating history, or will it seize this moment to industrialize, building steel plants, battery factories, and an integrated resource economy that could make it Africa's manufacturing hub? From gold to nickel, from iron to lithium, Ghana is no longer just a country on the map. It's becoming the map itself for the future of global resources. Some are already calling it Africa's next superpower in waiting. The world is watching, investors are circling, and as the dust settles over the mineral-rich soils of Oti, one thing is clear: the age of Ghana has just begun.
So, ladies and gentlemen, enkomo ameni udi ye fa trumu no a ye mpanyimfo so ombe sign bill no na criminalize trumu no is because say omo pebosia omo pesika afiri obroni ho na omo amwo sika no so ya no sa na omo che menye hu data no se na back but the omo che ne se trumudiefo no e wo companies akese na mpempi no omo nso na boaye eboye bosia the entia ye ho kire ne say we've not been able to have leaders omonye wonyansa te se Kwame Nkrumah they will see say the natural resources now one we should add value, and that value addition is job creation, and job creation means that we will be gradually coming out of poverty. Etiufa and some ya uti esisi eno a okọ eye oti regional ye wo iron ore ye wo nickel okọ central regional ye wo lithium okọ western regional ye wo gold okọ Ashanti region ye wo gold okọ eastern region ye wo diamond okọ eye Volta region ye wo basalt rock okọ eye the northern parts of Ghana ye wo a lot of gold ye wo basalt rock ye wo niema kese e wo those region. Why are we poor? We are poor because the leaders have failed to add value to the natural resources. That is as simple as that. Mobile phone, internet, a lot of car batteries, a lot of television sets. This is where the world is going towards today. Technology. We have the natural resources that will what? Take us from poverty to a land of prosperity where every Ghanaian will not cry for 3 square meals a day, where the Ghanaian child can't be paid. But lack of knowledge, leaders, and let me bring my leader, John Mahama, so that you understand. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. And this is it. If you have leaders who do not have the brains to add value to the natural resources, we will perish. So the second coming of John Mahama, and that is his legacy term, I want to see him add value. When you say this, some people say that, oh, it's too early. To those people, I tell them that they should take time and go and read about a man named Deng Xiaoping from China. He was the president of China in 1978. In 1989, Ofri Akunyaso, 11 good years, he took over 400 million Chinese people out of abject poverty. I am not making this thing up. This is a fact. So when I speak about it, I speak about it passionately. Why? Because we are less than 35 million people. So don't come and tell me that it is impossible to take 35 million people out of poverty. If somebody did it with 400 million people, over 400 million people, it is doable with less than 40 million people. We can do it because we have the natural resources to aid us to come out of poverty. It is there. But our leaders are not using their wisdom, which is the application, to add value to what we have. We live in a country where we import yemwadie and nama area. We use over $180 million to import. We use over 400 million to import akukofunu. We use over $150 million to import toothpick. What is wrong with the nation? When you have leaders who are not thinkers, this is the problem. Where we can say that when you identify a problem, it means that identification of a problem simply means that, yes, you have discovered how to make money. We must start adding value to ours and protecting our nation and our nationals. The Akwasi Abronino does not care about us. They don't care. Michael Jackson told us that they do not care about us. We must start thinking like this. We must know the truth, that the only truth that sets men free is giving our people the economical freedom, where we add value. You've heard about nickel. What is nickel? You have heard about iron ore. What is iron ore? You've heard about lithium. What is lithium? And what can we do? Thankfully, we have a minister and what added value to the royalties. And say if we no accept the royalties no from a year 5% to 12%, depending on the world market price, no Ghana enyam faswa America for bufu ye na a friend is saying a year US for bufu ye, all because it say ebeboa Ghana there na emboa America there. America for bufu ye minister Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa. And this man did same our energy sector. Oba the lands and natural resources no, or set in place a nearma ebeboa ama Ghana dachi. Now, I mean, chow adie enumwa lithium etimi. Or see, the most important uses of lithium is in rechargeable batteries for mobile phones, laptops, digital cameras, and electric vehicles. Number 5. Number 5 here, Makachewi. Akufo-Addo and his cohort did so much damage during his tenure. So hopefully after the big push, I mean, we all know what Akufo-Addo did. Everybody will attest to it that Akufo-Addo came to destroy. He came to fulfill the scriptures. John 10:10. The thief cometh not only to steal, but to kill and to destroy. That is Akufo-Addo and the MPP, the 8 years. That is what they did. That I agree with you. Now let's talk about solutions, because now NDC is in power. I know we cannot stop talking about Akufo-Addo, of which I have not stopped talking about Akufo-Addo. I will continue talking about Akufo-Addo. But today I want us to concentrate on message wa ba TikTok nso abolav no sma me na amanfo start here omo report me page, you know, say na over 100 eyeballs on TikTok, but omo complain no. Now, finding solutions to solve our problem is where we begin creating jobs. It giving you the most important uses of lithium, you know, and I've given you that it is used in rechargeable batteries for mobile phones, laptops, digital cameras, and electrical vehicles. So this job creation. Job creation, if we can add value to it, job creation. And the minister says that yes, lithium, you know, they should have manufacturing companies at Ghana. And again, non-reachable batteries to say a year for things like heart, a year pacemakers, toys, and clocks. Lithium, no idea. So we must understand this. That if we will move Ghana forward and compete with the Europeans, our person say Ghana should prosper. And the same people also don't want our people to come to their country. The same people call us aliens when we are in their countries. The same people call us migrants in their countries. The same people don't wish us well. So we have to understand these things. Now we must build our own country with our people, and we must look within and solve our problems using our local solutions to solve the problems that we face, because we create the problems. And the ones that we do not create, and it's natural disasters created by nature, we must find solutions to it. Because once upon a time, somebody woke up and said that, look, I cannot be traveling on the sea just to get to Europe. I need something that I can sit in, that dianoma, and somebody came up with an invention called aeroplane. These right, brothers, as we call them. So, ladies and gentlemen, the American in say, iron ore, OT region, one of the poorest regions in Ghana, but one of them is also part of the richest regions in the nation Ghana. Ashanti, Eastern, Western region. These are rich regions. I mean, Ghana, every region is rich. If you go to Volta region, I'm telling you, not only salt mining in the greater Accra, the Adan, those places. So there are a lot of basalt rocks in the Volta region. I know so you metals. Iron rods. So clearly our leaders must be advocating and encouraging and supporting Ghanaians come up with solutions that will solve our problem. We cannot sit and wait for Akwesi Bruni. You know? So if Akwesi Bruni doesn't come, we must eat, whether Akwesi Bruni will come or not. That is the reason why I am saying that our regional ministers must team up with local companies in the region, must team up with the education institutes in the region, and identify the natural resources they have, and support education where an Ipani free school bar natural resources now one a region obehunu mfaso ne niema ye betimi ade a betimi aboa ye betimi create jobs ama mmebru ne maba wa nya biaye ama oman no nso etumpo. So imagine if we have electric vehicles and stationary storage system. Ibetimi use a nickel as the dominant metal in lithium iron. These are the things. Ye will be. But see ntimi a obroni baba be tu akọ. Tiemio. Ye wo obroni ni pe. Ya ade value a obaba be tu akọ ni kurom na yakọ akọ ete se obo ase. Ye to gold in the 18s abesi na ni ehunu hwe. E wo obo ase. So we have to understand that iron has come to replace cobalt and nickel as the dominant metal in lithium iron cathodes. So you have to understand. Now, iron ore no, yenyani in abundance. Ewo oti. Thank you, Francis. Look, yenyani in abundance o oti region. Yebetwanya mo broni na baba betu no asade akọ. Minianu mibusamu. Yebeye ko mama broni na baba betu iron ore no de akọ. Na now wasn't yeri trende akwesi broni no obeba secondary western region and now central region no were to lithium da kwa aze. Don't we have Ghanaians that the government can support? So that is why I support the government when he says that, the minister when he says that he's going to do domestication when it comes to the natural resource, and we must applaud the minister. Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua. In fact, we must applaud him for ensuring, say, before our gold mining company, remember Brunino, Ghanaians must bid the company. And unfortunately, the minister is saying, many Ghanaian companies, they are afraid to take up the challenge. Only Ibrahim Muhammad, he wants many Ghanaians to take up the challenge. So the minister encourages Ghanaians living abroad to say, we should not be selfish and say, person be a mining company. If you live in America, find a consortium, Ghana for Nipa 10, 20, 30, come together, put your resource together, come, na concession. Now when you're mining, bring expertise. This is what the minister is looking for. Monam Ghana for more 50 more UK. Put your finances together. Because it will be better for us to give the mining concession to the Ghanaian. This is the minister's plans. Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua. That is the reason why you've seen some mining companies are deliberately being given to Ghanaians. Because wamudi echere sukranwa sikane beka Ghana. So ladies and gentlemen, you have discovered 175. No, let me check the figure again. I think 173. Yes, 173 billion US dollars iron ore, nickel found in OT region. 173 billion dollars. Ibejayama bronina babe too. Today, you've seen the minister going on a tour on Daman mines today, and on the northern part of Ghana, and on western region. You've seen the minister. It doesn't matter whether you are NDC, whether you are MPP. What the minister wants is that Ghanaians should come together. Na yebede. Yen sambeka natural resources nibi. Because yet yanyene sa yebetna abrochire na yɛayɛ cleaning, yɛayɛ yɛ friend saying security, yɛayɛ yɛ friend saying teachers, social a friend saying welfare, adwuma saa ne nam amini mu saa ne nam nursing, medical doctor, teachers, lecturers saa ne abreda na yɛwu ohiafo na obroni ni mmom no a ɔno mmom ne baayɛ no a ɔbɛfa yɛ gudie ne mmom no wabɛyɛ osikani because yɛde yɛ natural resources na yɛde ɛde ama no na yɛde maa no nso no watu ɛde kɔ ne kuru akɔ akonya ɛho mfasoɔ. So the minister is saying something simple. Now look, we are Ghanani, o abruchri, o amanone, bamodenia. Let's come together. I was trying to look if I can get the ministers a picture. Now, who minister Krameka, so that at least you understand a encomono. Send the encomono a tear, pepe. Because yanyane sa abrofono, they will team up, they will put their finances together, they will put their resources together. Na oma baba betu ye gold, oma baba betu ye natural resources no. Na omukwa omejayen first na titina ye 5%. Honorable Amabua say world market price eko 8%, eko 10%, eko 5-12% abrofono oni the picture and amedia to her. Ono damechi no. Let me see minister. Yeah. Minister Nadal. So you've seen it. Ladies and gentlemen. And it's very, very important. Because this is what the minister here. Mesrawa fa o attempt the no call baby from a main blocking why. Yeah, nyahane baby jina sa in crasinium. And it mami can't show. So offer what the minister is doing. Now acquire all faswa or making sure say your natural resources now will work for us. Then conquer the same old. The white man will come and take possession of our natural resources and leave us with just 5% into a say. If the world market prices no cost we're pegging it to a year 12%. A free walk. Sounds soon and faswa wa my Ghana benya. America for so montiase. China for buofu. Why is that China ni America for buofu? Because minister ni ya dia bebuan in my Ghana. Say ka minister ni obia. Enko di sika be da no said the ministers bi no hetimi sika da wo mo no maka no na atum no agi sika no kodem na wa stay 5% na nka obehu no de atoto ajapade wa brochire and so that is not what a year Osajefo Emmanuel Amakofibua honorable etie. He wants to leave a name and a legacy. You remember the days when Obeye energy minister and there were problems at the energy ministry. Problems are free. Kofua pencil, Atamels, Abeduna pencil. And he helped solve the energy crisis at the time. MPP even confirmed when he came to power. We must understand these things. Ladies and gentlemen, and that is the more important reason why I am happy that we have such person, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua, in charge of our lands and natural resources, and also acting as the Minister for Environment. Two ministries are combining. MP. We pray for strength for him. So I want to read some of the updates and the Minister Emmanuel Amabua. Why me pese me no eche. So normally I spend 1 hour here and I just go to other activities. So Easter, so we need to also have time for family. Quickly, Mami Emma the updates and the minister over the past week, up and down, sir. So now Let me read. 1 hour ago, this is what the minister wrote on his Facebook platform. Unfollow na bomia modern follow. I think that recently he announced a TikTok account for the first time. And I think if you want to follow him, more say you can all go and follow him. All that you need to do is type Emmanuel Amakofi Bua on TikTok or no on fa honorable in channel. This man is too simple. Papa is simple crowd. Yeah, easy. We say omo mo man, no me very simple. Anyway, let me continue what is irrelevant. I say, the minister says that I led a joint delegation from the Parliament Select Committee on Lands and Natural Resources and the Minerals Commission on a working visit to the Daman mine to inspect and assess the state of operations. During the visit, we toured essential facilities to evaluate preparation for the impending transition. We also engaged the workforce and emphasized the government's commitment to protecting local jobs. So again, underlined local jobs, because that is where on the strength for to make sure say the locality mining companies will create jobs for the people. Because that is on this soon in empire when you say job creation bebu ama mebru ne mabawa na aye, because he understands and he knows the number of people that will take it easy. Now to us say, as part of the visit, I paid a courtesy call on Nana Kwabena Amponsa, the divisional chief of Bosomtwe of and other chiefs from adjoining communities in the Prestia Huni Valley municipality to brief them on the status of the mine and the government plans going forward and address their concerns. Until offer a minister na enyoma ene okoye no any. And also on Rainbow Radio UK and also across Europe no. Me tidy home komo. And I know many of you were concerned when he okoshia the French president anu uchiano no. Or invite a special invitation okoye. It was the president and the president man see na name. I know say picture by people were concerned say, hey, papa no hwe you na abrofu we dey hwe na uchi omukra no hwe na ye di bibi kra fa onsemeku, because he's doing the right thing. Now yentie the minister ne kai, I think say the visit to Damano yentie because I've already told you say enema we ni no. Oh, okay. My secretary a message now, I say I should repeat Iman honorable's TikTok account. Mesha wa mo share honorable's account here. Me bounce the me ba and I'm saying enrichi and obey this account, and I've been announcing it. So many of you, please go and follow him. Send your new man mekano or the tour monsumun sabe can be. Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa. Ama Kofi Boa. Inti Amani ARMAH Kofi and Aboa BUAH. Why? Unya bo what follow no amami hu sisi a. If you've gone to follow the minister, please let me know. Let me know. Why? What follow minister na amami hu sisi a. So now let me read to you. Let's listen to minister. Why is it? Sorry, I think that the sound is very, very poor in TV. Okay.
This month, government following up on the commitment we made trigger process of competitive, transparent process to select them. It is very important.
But basically, he met the staff of Daman, and then briefings and conversations and encouragement and support to free abine ho or the Emma or more and tea and only in basically no or the tuja ne account no again My secretary said Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa, one word. So you just Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa on TikTok or Hosisia our TikTok is now a official page. As you follow me, kindly do same and follow the minister. Why? Oh, you're Ghanaian in so. Thank you, Francis. I say I followed him. He's one of my best ministers since 2012. God bless you. Also, I follow no. I mean, reading some of the news. Maybe YouTube currently. I mean, Chia, Agnes, I was say, and Amos, and so Joe, I was say, Ishmael Bangura. Ishmael is a long time no here. Terminator, real tropical man as well. Say Lucy and so say I share one more opinion. Nana Ahozen and so I say. So basically, Galam saying so I know say recently minister the Ghana Armed Forces rather ebo modern be briefie on the Galamsey. And your mind semi koso. It's not been easy. Even the president, attest to it, say it has not been easy, but still, he's up to the task. First, yet the Galamsey, but so far, we are still not out of the woods yet, but he's playing a very vital and crucial role to ensure, say, Ghana, Yensuna, for 8 good years, the past government, no say no, and the forest now, Moshe say no. Baby, I think there was a time recently, I think last year or this year, if I'm not mistaken, where Dr. Frank Amakwene can say government are reclaiming some hundreds of, I think, I want to get the correct figure, some acres. Particulars, but there has been some reclamation of some lands already in just less than a year. 2 years here by 1 year and some few months on by 1 year and about 3 months on by. This is going on. It's very fantastic. Now, Obinsu Diawaba say NDC and MPP are all the same. Stephen Amwakwa. Stephen Amwakwa, NDC and MPP are the same. Okay, so which party do you support? Don't just, you see, building a nation, whether you like it or not, you're going to about 2028. The majority of the people need NDC and MPP. So which one do you also support? Tell us. Maybe you have some different political party, be your ideology. Share with us. Don't just be like the other people who always say MPP and NDC are the same. So share with us your opinion. I love to read people's opinion, people's mindset, not just MPP and NDC are the same. So if they are the same, what is the alternative that you present? Let's challenge ourselves. What are the other alternatives that you present? This is what I like, not just in small, short words. So MPP and NDC are the same. So 2028, are we not going to vote? We will vote. Yeah. And it's very, very important. So clearly, Honorable Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, is doing very fantastic. And I urge all of you to follow him when it comes to Ghana's lands and natural resources. You are finding difficulties to have some land, concession, mining concession. I've told you, so Ghana for Amutia Bruchri. You should come together. America for Nipa by 20, 30, 40. More need that so be more person concession be, opening jobs and business. Because the investors now we should always not look the investor say it should be somebody Akwesi Bruni Kalau. Ghanaians, the Ibrahim Mohammed and Co, they are all investors investing into the country, even though he's a Ghanaian. What do I say? The private sector development, government is so boah. So say you can have a team with me. I have access to some funds that you can invest into some concession or some mining. I mean, these are conversations. I think we are ready. Some of us, you didn't pay him for the year, but at least we can find out and ask around and see. you know, and have the contact for you to meet the minister, you know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Mame Fame Nkomo Pano Siase. Yame Adumwa, Yame Adumwa Ochna, Inyambra, Eba Betway and Commons. Nano be say, Dr. Ren, I say, Papa, we did Ibia Oba, Okan once and pass, how feeling it too much. Papa knows was sell pa, and who effect or sell pa. I'm say, oh, your Ghana's future. Ghana's or Sajifo. What you say? The future of Ghana. And I'm the home come. And you people know, anywhere I go, I make sure that place shines bright. You guys attest to it. You attest to it. You can for the Modino Krenmo attested to it. The people I work, a friend is saying with some of the people I used to work in Sky TV and other places, you know, you people attest to it. You know, those days are now. Maybe I say with BBC Newcastle, BBC Scotland, Aberdeen. I mean, the Kaipa. The BB idea won't join the BR. You say ye. And you support for more akomapani part to move the nation forward. What you say? Ladies and gentlemen, I mean jam was say. Nyami adumwa na adumno adechipachi ya. Yebeba betua so why? God bless our homeland Ghana. Make our nation great and strong, both to defend forever and ever. If you say a prayer, say some for the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, who also act as the Minister for Environment. Say, na Oman Nyansa, our the Ghana, na Oman Ghana, the natural resources, no, yetimenya emfaswa, ebebwa Ghana, ama Ghana, itumpon, na Ghana, so abeye krabeshe, then muni pa eto, and so ato. Atabera, Allahu Akbar.